Welcome to Booze on the Rocks, and today we're going to make an Irish sunrise. And this looks a little bit different than a standard sunrise style or sunset style cocktail, which usually has orange juice and pineapple juice in it, which gives you a longer style drink. Having said that, the cocktail I've got today is coming out of this book, Home Bartender for Whiskey. And the recipe in here is good, except I have a couple of complaints about it, because as you read it here, it says 2 ounces Irish whiskey, 3 ounces lemon lime soda, juice of 1 lemon wedge, the juice of 1 lime wedge, 1 part grenadine, 1 lime wedge for the garnish, and of course a rocks glass. Now my complaints on that is, what size of a wedge are you looking at, and how much is 1 part of grenadine, especially when you're giving proper 2 or 3 ounces in the beginning of the cocktail. So having said that, I'm going to work this in a way that makes sense. So put this off to the side. Now when they talk about wedges of lime juice and lemon juice, the difference is, of course, take a look at the size difference. Now on average, you would get about 1 ounce of lime juice out of 1 lime, and you'd get theoretically 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces of lemon juice out of a lemon. So what we're going to do is cut both in half, and we're going to cut 3 wedges each off a half. All right, and the reason I've actually done 3 wedges per is it gives me sort of an average volume of fluid per section. So if I look at half a lime, I would get about 15 mils or half an ounce. However, if I cut it down to 3, I get the equivalent of about a teaspoon, which is 5 mils on a lime. On a lemon, if I'm using 1.5 ounces as my standard measure, then what's going to happen is I'm going to get about 1/4 ounce per wedge, which is about 7.5 mils to about 8 mils, kind of thereabouts, right? So I'm just gonna put those off to the side because we are going to build this in a rocks glass. This is a double rocks glass, which is 12 ounces, 360 mils. And this is a fantastic build in the glass cocktail. So you're going to start by filling your glass. So we're going to move to your first ingredient, and for that we're going to use your Irish whiskey. Now I'm using a little bit of Tullamore Dew. Whatever Irish whiskey you want to use for this, I would just go with something that's not smoky like a Connemara, because that'll just throw those flavors out of whack. So what we are going to do is start with a total of 2 ounces or 60 milliliters. Your second ingredient is your favorite lemon lime soda. I'm using a little bit of Sprite. One of the things you have to think about with this cocktail is the sweetness level of whatever soda that you choose to use. So something that is a little bit less sweet than, say, a Sprite or a 7-Up, for example, a San Pellegrino, which has a bit more lemon to it, might throw your flavors out of whack. So I expect you to take some time and play around with this and get the flavor that you want. But for this, we're going to use a total of 3 ounces or 90 milliliters. Now that might be just a little bit more than 3 ounces, probably closer to 3.5. So you're looking at 90 to 105 mils there. So your next part is the squeezing the juice of 1 lemon. So it's about 7.5 mils or 1/4 ounce. Your next step is, of course, a wedge of lime juice. So once you've done that, what I suggest you do is to stir this. In his recipe book, they suggest that you stir this and the grenadine together, but that won't give you that sunrise effect you're looking for. So you just want to mix this together, because now what we're going to do is we're going to add our grenadine. In this case, I'm using a homemade grenadine. Now this is 1 part sugar, 1 part pomegranate in equal measures, with just a little bit of orange liqueur, about 1/2 ounce. That'll just give us some orange highlights. It'll help it last a little bit longer too. So what I'm going to do now for my 1 part is I'm going to use 1/2 ounce or 15 mils. So here you have something that looks really, really nice. I have to admit, gorgeous. And it looks nothing like the picture in the book. So grab yourself a lime wedge as your garnish, and here you have an Irish sunrise. Visually, it's very, very pretty. You've got that beautiful light sunny look with your red sun at the bottom. It's good you get the whiskey, you get the citrus. Now let's just give this a little bit of a stir to see how the entire flavor works out. Really good. So as I said, you get that whiskey, a little bit of grenadine, just a little bit of citrus. Looks wise and freshly poured, I would say it's easily a 7.5. Flavor wise, this is an 8.5. It's really easy to drink. If you like cocktails like this, take a look after the recipe card right over here.